This is Stephanie Miller, and I'm on Chicago's Progressive Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Stephanie Miller Show. I'm walking on sunshine. I'm walking on sunshine. It's time to feel good. Hey, all right now. It's time to feel good.
It is the Stephanie Miller Show.
What?
Nothing. I'm smiling because Charlie Pierce is coming up, bottom of the hour.
That was a cat caught a mouse kind of smile. That wasn't a, yay, Charlie Pierce is here kind of smile. What's going on?
Yay, George Slaughter, creator of Laughing, is going to be live in studio with us in hour number 3. Very, very exciting.
That wasn't that kind of smile. You're up to something.
It's sort of a love letter.
That's the look that Jazz gives me when he knows he did something wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong. It's another letter about my...
pooped outside the box again.
I'm sorry.
Actually, my cats have never, ever gone outside the box.
Oh, aren't they something?
They are good boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
They think inside the box?
Yes. Okay. Another love letter to my bronze ass, which is displayed here if you're watching on Free Speech TV. By the way, you can go right to StephanieMiller.com, click, there we are.
Right there.
Live in living color on Free Speech TV.
Just go to...
Someone wrote me another letter about the wonders of Roku. That new stick you talked about?
Yeah.
Roku stick. It's $50.
Yeah.
And you can also get Amazon and Netflix and all kinds of stuff on it.
Yeah. Wow.
And Free Speech TV, and you put it in the back of any HDML, right? No.
HDMI.
HDMI.
LMNOP,
Yes.
Any TV.
It doesn't require a USB port, which most TVs don't have. All it requires is a HDMI port, which most TVs made after 2006 have.
USB. Oh, wait.
Right on for USB. Never
It
mind.
just requires HDMI.
Okay. Anyway, but somebody was saying it's amazing because it's $50 one-time thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Mom on the Mooks.
Now there are some
and my bronze ass.
There are some channels that you can get on there that require a monthly subscription, but you don't have to get those if you don't want. Free Speech TV is free.
Thank you. Anyway, Paul writes, I'm confused. While I enjoy looking at your bronze ass, yesterday we got a hate letter to my bronze ass. Someone said they do not take me seriously. I don't know why you would anyway, but they can't concentrate on all the smart things I'm saying because of my
bronze ass. Mm-hmm.
Right. Undermines my intelligence. Okay. I enjoy looking at your bronze ass as much as the next guy or girl. There seems to be more than just ass. Could it be a thong?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe
and
there is.
You can get it for a thong. You see, it does.
If so, why not put some color on that bad boy? Like holiday or seasonal decor? Red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. Green for St. Patty's Day. Just saying. Big fan, Paul. Particularly of my ass. Oh, and I was smiling because, as you know, I go commando first, so I don't have any, but I was just thinking I could go root around up there and see if anybody left anything I could use to decorate them. All right.
By the way, we have a little bit of breaking news coming out of the Supreme Court.
Uh-oh.
The Supreme Court has upheld Michigan's ban on affirmative action in college admissions. So, so they don't have to use affirmative action in Michigan colleges.
Can I just say, Bob Seska, who we normally have today, but George Slaughter's in, so hopefully we'll have him tomorrow, but he wrote a great piece about it. We didn't even get to this yesterday about Justice Scalia.
Yeah.
He used the word revolt when he was talking to a group of students about if taxes are too high, you can revolt.
Also sedition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, and while he didn't obviously say armed, I mean, when you look at what's going on with this Bundy thing, and like you were saying, people like Hannity and, Fox News, it seems like actively encouraging that sort of thing. I mean, that's just really dangerous. And another reason why I just think this guy is so unfit to be a United States Supreme Court justice, and why elections are so important. He was speaking to the University of Tennessee College of Law. And he said that he told students they should revolt if they feel taxes are getting too high. And by the way, as Seska writes, he goes, he's old enough to remember the 90% tax rates under Eisenhower.
Mm-hmm.
He was answering a student's question about the constitutionality of income tax, and he said the government has the right to impose the tax, but if it reaches a certain point, perhaps you should revolt.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried that once in the 1860s. Didn't work so well.
Yeah. He also stressed
Got a
his
lot of people
position
killed.
as a constitutional originalist, saying the Constitution is not a living organism, for Pete's sake. It's a law. It means what it meant when it was adopted. Yeah, when they couldn't
no.
have imagined AR-15s
Why
and the
there
Internet.
are
And
amendments.
Right, exactly. They wouldn't have put in mechanisms to change the Constitution
Thank you.
if they wanted it to remain the way it was when it was first written.
I think he's
Scalia's an idiot.
I think he has originally always been a douche.
No, he's
And
a
presently.
constitutional
And presently.
idiot.
But the Patriot Act has pretty much eviscerated the Bill of Rights. It's like it doesn't exist anymore.
And yet our Congress keeps
Yeah.
pushing it through again.
Anyway, anyway, Bob's article on Scalia really is because you're going. He's a sitting United States Supreme Court justice, and that's kind of because he's talking about this theme. And somebody did a piece because we've often said certainly elements of it are racial with President Obama being in, but actually they went back and during Clinton they said pretty much any time a Democrat's president, they become this their elements become this anti-government mob. Anyway, but I was reading too. I just missed John Paul Stevens. I read this as well. Speaking of Supreme Court, he condemns campaign finance ruling, saying it is really wrong. Former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens criticizing the McCutcheon versus FEC ruling, saying the court took a really wrong step in its latest no kidding. He told the Times he believes the majority opinion penned by Chief Justice John Roberts marks another wrong turn by the court on campaign finance issues. The voter is less important than the man who provides the money to the candidate. Stevens said it's really wrong. Yeah, I was just, Seska just had such great stuff this week that, tossing around the word revolt in the context of a discussion about the U.S. government is never a smart and a rational idea, and it's especially a bad idea when it's invoked during an era when armed revolt against the government is being taken seriously. And he also, I think I heard someone else bring this up, but this Bundy Ranch standoff, and they're cheerleaders, like you're saying in right-wing radio and in Fox News. He was saying, imagine for a moment if those people were Muslim, right?
1,000 drone strikes a day.
Yeah. Imagine for a moment if the Bundy Ranch people were Muslims, and the guy who perched on the overpass with his rifle was instead wearing a turban and sporting a C4 vest strapped to his chest, all mustered against the government, say during the Bush-Cheney administration. It'd be called jihad.
That's right.
And they'd be calling,
But they're white and Christian, so it's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing. It's just. Anyway, don't bring up the Supreme Court with me. It's just.
They just released another bad decision.
Yes.
If we had the actual Supremes there instead of the Supreme Court, I think we would be a lot better off.
Exactly.
And we'd stop in the
Diana
name of
Ross
love.
would do a better job. Pardon me?
We would stop in the name of love.
Yes.
Chief Justice Diana Ross.
Yes.
I'm all for it.
She is a better understanding of the original intent than Antonin Scalia, I would say.
I believe she does.
Just saying.
And while
She would tell Scalia to stop in the name of love.
Yes, well, she dips candle wax on her chest. In mahogany.
You can't hurry, love. All right. More importantly, what does Kirsten Dunst think? She's causing a bit of a thing lately. She's saying in W Magazine, actresses who get taken advantage of by the directors are probably asking for it.
Okay. All right, then.
Really?
Oh, dear.
Did she say that?
She explains why she's never been groped by a director. She said, I don't give off that vibe. I just think you quirk that stuff. Oh, dear. And, can I have some nostalgia music? This was last month in Harper's Bazaar. She said, she had some thoughts on women knowing their place. I think the feminine has been a little undervalued. We all have to get our own jobs and make our own money, but staying at home, nurturing, being the mother, cooking, it's a valuable thing my mom created, and sometimes you need your knight in shining armor. I'm sorry, you need a man to be a man, a woman to be a woman. That's why relationships work.